Hello friends, it is time once again for Olivia and my monthly thrift haul. We went thrifting today. We went to Salvation Army and Twice Treasured and Twice Treasured 2. And my sister went with us today and we had a really great time. I bought just a couple of things from Salvation Army, just a couple of things from Twice Treasured 2, but I bought quite a lot from Twice Treasured. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will share with you first of all what I picked up from Salvation Army. I just got 3 items. Olivia bought 2 items. The first thing I picked up was this blue bell, and it's an old Avon bottle, and it's got the original tag there on it. It's hard to read. But you know how much I love blue glass, and I just thought this would look really pretty on my plant stand in my dining room with the rest of my blue glass. So I picked that up, and I took this price tag off of it already, but I paid $3. I don't think you're going to be able to read it because it's kind of messed up, but I paid $3.99. $4. Might as well just say $4 for that. And then I picked up this tiny little basket. I just love little miniature things, and I just thought this was super, super cute. It was a little bit pricey at $2.99, but I just thought, I'm going to get it because it's really hard to find little tiny things like this. So I picked that up for $2.99. And then the last thing I picked up was another one of these poultry shaped baskets. I collect these, and I especially like unique ones, and this one was very unique. I'd never seen one like this before. And the blue tagged items at Salvation Army today were 50% off. So this was normally $3.99, and so I got it for $2. And so I will just go ahead and add it with the rest of my collection. And then Olivia, she just picked up a couple of movies. She really likes the Harry Potter movies. They're okay. I can take them or leave them, but she likes them. And so she had seen these 2 there, and they were normally $2, but they were blue ticket items, so she got them for $1 a piece. All right, that's everything I got from Salvation Army. Let me get out everything that I got at Twice Treasured 2. I will show you what Olivia picked up from Twice Treasured 2 first. She got this cute little trinket box. She said she'd seen it the last time we were there and didn't get it, but she was wishing she had. And so when she saw that it was still there, she went ahead and got it, and she paid $6 for it. And it's just a little trinket box, and on the back it says hand painted in, I don't know, something blue color, and color is spelled C-O-L-O-U-R, so I know that means this came from England because that's how they spell color over there. And so she got this little trinket box. And then the last thing she picked up was this little dish. She paid $5 for it, and it is Indiana Carnival glass, and she's going to use this on her vanity table just to collect earrings or something little, who knows, but just to corral things on her vanity table. So what I picked up from Twice Treasured 2, this is the first thing I picked up. This blue vase. I just thought it was extremely interesting. I loved the shape of it, and again, I thought this would look really pretty on my little shelf in the dining room with all the rest of my blue glass. I thought this just was really pretty. There's no markings on it or anything, so I don't really know where it comes from, but I paid $5 for it. The next thing I picked up was another set of these little vintage salt and pepper shakers. I just think they're so pretty, and they look so cute sitting on a shelf with other things, and they catch the light and they're just really, really cute, and I really liked them, and I paid $4 for them. And then I was getting ready to check out, and I saw this little guy, and he's so cute. Look at that adorable face. I think it was at one point, I don't know if it was a salt shaker or what. You can see on the back there, but it's got this big hole, so I don't really know what that's all about. So I really don't know what that was all about, honestly, because the bottom doesn't look like a salt shaker, but it was just this cute little vintage dog. He was $6, and the sticker on the bottom says Japan. Commodore Japan. So you know he's a vintage piece. And I'm just going to tuck him in somewhere on one of my shelves. This next item, I'm looking at my receipt here. This next item was $9.50, so it was a little bit on the pricier side, but when I saw it, I could not leave it behind, because this is what they call a courting candle holder. What they would do, and if I'm understanding it correctly, I think maybe the Amish might still do this. I'm not sure. I might be totally wrong about that. But back in the olden days, when a young fellow would come courting a girl, the dad would put a candle in this candle holder. He put a candle in it, and then he would put this down. And if the fellow was someone he didn't really like very well or didn't know very well, he'd only have it down this far. And when the candle burned down to that level, they had to go. And, or maybe it was the other way around, but anyway, if it was all the way down, yes, if it was all the way down to the bottom, then he liked the fellow, and once the candle got burnt down to there, then you know, he had to go home. So however it worked, they would set this to however long they wanted the guy to stay, and when the candle burned down to that point, they had to go home. So I just thought this was really, really neat. I think it's like real. I don't think it's a reproduction. There's no markings or anything on the bottom, but I just thought this would be a really cute thing to add to one of my shelves and be a nice conversation piece. I don't know if I have a candle that's thin enough to go in there, but if I do, I'll put a candle in it for sure. And then the last thing I picked up was something I'd seen the last time I was there, and I just didn't get it. And this time I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I really think it's unique and different. It's this green glass. It said on the tag that it was a toothpick holder. Personally, I think it's too deep for a toothpick. It would have to be an awfully long toothpick to go in there. I'm just going to set this on my windowsill with my other little miniature green glass items that I have, and I paid $6 for it. If you hear Olivia's bird, it's because Scott is doing Olivia's floor today, and Artie is out in the living room, and he is not happy. He's not happy because his world has been torn apart, and everything's up in the air. Plus, we were gone all day today. So he is punishing Olivia by screaming incessantly. All right, let me go ahead and get out the stuff I picked up from Twice Treasured. So Olivia and I figured it out. It was the other way around. If it was all the way to the bottom, then the candle, once the candle burned down to the top of here, they'd have to go, and which means there would be less time. And if this was all the way up to the top, then that means the candle was sticking up this high, and they would have till it burnt down to go. So it was just the opposite of the way I said the first time. Okay, the first item I got from Twice Treasured is kind of bittersweet, you might want to say. It was something I would not have ordinarily bought, except that their store policy is you break it, you buy it. Yeah, I broke something and I had to buy it. Thankfully, it wasn't very expensive, and thankfully it was an additional 15% off on that booth. It was one of these canisters, amber glass canisters. And the lid, normally when they have these canisters like this, they will tape the lid on. And the lid had the tag, the price tag on it. So I picked it off the shelf and I kind of had my finger like this, like between where the lid and the jar meets. And I just turned it just like this much to see the price tag, to see how much it was. And the lid just flew right off and smashed on the ground. The seal that was holding the lid in place was not, obviously was not tight, and the seller did not tape the lid on. So I have this amber glass jar with no lid. I would have had to pay for it whether I took any of it with me or not. And so she asked me if I wanted this part of it, and I was like, sure, I'll take it. What I think I'm going to do is do some sort of a flower arrangement in it, or faux greenery or something. So I will still use it. I still love it. I think it's so pretty. That's why I picked it up and was looking at it. I have never had a case where, because I didn't even turn it upside down like this, because there's nothing to see on the bottom. I was just kind of turning it at an angle to see the price tag, and the lid just went bloop. So I paid $7.23 for a jar with no lid. But like I said, I will use it somehow in my decor. Yes, I know. Let me show.
You could put that next to it on the table and use it like a candy dish.
This?
Yeah.
Maybe. Could do that. I don't want to take up too much space on the table though. Olivia was pointing out this item I did purchase. This is the most expensive item I purchased today. And she was saying how it matches, and it does. And I think that's why this caught my attention, because these came from two separate booths. And I'm going to just put this on the table. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. I'm just going to set it on the table for now, just to look pretty. And she was saying how I could put this beside it and put candy in it or something, which I could do that. I do already have a lot of candy dishes, so I don't know. But anyway, I got this. This was my splurge. This was the most expensive thing I purchased today, and it was $16. But it's amber carnival glass, I think, and I really, really like it. You know how much I love my amber glass anyway. It kind of matches the napkin holder that I have on my table. So that's why I thought I would put this on there. If any of you have some, any ideas of what I could put in it, whether it be something functional or something decorative, give me your ideas in the comment section below. So yeah, this was my wah-wah purchase today. But these things happen, and I did break it, so I had to buy it. I'm just glad it was the lid that broke and not the jar, because then what do you do with an unbroken lid? I would have, at that point, I would have said, nah, just keep the lid. Throw the lid away too. The next item was another item that I saw the last time we went thrifting last month, and I decided not to get it. If you remember, I chose the cream cheese box instead, but this time I had told myself if they still had the Velveeta cheese box, I was going to get it this time. I will use it as a riser or something on a shelf. I just thought it was really, really neat. It doesn't have a bottom to it, so I'm not sure how these were packaged, but it says 2 pounds Windsor Club pasteurized cheese food, Green Bay, Wisconsin. But I just thought that was so, so cool. And it was $5. So the next, excuse me, the next item is another one of those wicker poultry baskets, shaped baskets. This time it is, I believe that is a goose. And I just thought it was so unique and so different. And it opens up like that, and I just really like the little guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and include him with the rest of my poultry baskets, and I'm gonna end up having some kind of a display with these guys. And I paid $3 for him. I thought that was really a good deal. So the next item I told Olivia and my sister Becky that is probably the strangest thing they will have seen me buy to date, but I just really liked it. It was an old vintage shoe grease tin. I don't know if there's a date on it, probably not. It's from the Sears and Roebuck company, and apparently it's to grease your leather shoes. Yep, it's got the directions and everything on it, and I just thought it was super cool. It was $7, but that booth was 20% off, so I paid $5.60. And this will be another little thing just to set. I'll probably put it down here in my vintage room on one of my shelves in here. So I just thought that was super cute. All right, so the next item, it was actually sitting on the floor in this booth, and Olivia spotted it. No, I take that back. Becky spotted it, and she knew right away what it was. So I picked it up, and I was looking at it, and Olivia's like, that is so cool. Mom, you got to get that and put it down in your vintage room. And I'm like, yeah, it is cool. And it was $12, but that booth was 15% off. So I paid $10.20 for it. And it's this old vintage toaster. I will display it open like this, and maybe I'll put some florals or something. I'm not sure how I'll display it, but it is so stinking cute. Now the cord is really bad on it. In fact, they put a tag that said do not plug in on it. Chances are Scott could probably rewire it and put a different cord on it, but honestly, I don't have any desire to use it as a toaster. It'd be pretty cool if it still worked, but it's really dirty, and so yeah, I wouldn't want to put food in it. But I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, and it'll be down here in my vintage room, of course, displayed somehow. I'm not sure yet how.
How yet?
But it'll be down here in my vintage room somewhere, displayed somehow, but I don't know how just yet. So this next item I got is this wooden duck. I'm not sure what its original purpose was, whether it had a purpose or was just to sit on a shelf. But you know how I like to incorporate wooden pieces in my decor and in my displays. So I picked this up. I think its beak is a little bit damaged, but I don't really care about that. And it was 50% off, so I only paid $3 for it. And I just thought it would add a nice texture to some of my displays. And it's a duck, and you know how much I love birds. So the next item was actually a piece of clothing, an article of clothing for me. It's this really pretty blouse with this nice decorative detailing on the front, nice length in the sleeves, very nice and cool, and it's fully lined, so I don't have to wear a tank top under it. And I just thought this would be really neat for the summer, nice and cool and very pretty. And I looked it over very carefully. There was no stains or snags or tears or anything like that. And I actually got it for cheaper than I would have had I got it at Goodwill. I only paid $3.50 for this really pretty blouse. So the next item I also got as a shelf, just to sit on a shelf in a vignette or something, because I've told you before, I don't like repeating myself, but for those of you who have not seen my channel before, when I put together a vignette, I like to use like all of the different textures. I like to use lace and glass and metal and wood and greenery and florals and all of those to put together for a vignette. And I saw this cute little serving, they called it a server. I don't know what, maybe for olives or something, I don't know. But I really liked it because it is metal, and then it's got the little glass dish on the inside. I could actually use this to serve things in. and I might at some point, but I just thought it was really neat. I'm looking for smaller items to fit on shelves, and so I just picked this thing up because I just thought it was neat and different, and it met two of the criteria with being having the glass and the metal, and I paid $7. The next item I picked up were these two, I don't know how old they are. I think they're made out of chalkware. I'm like almost positive they're made out of chalkware, and they're these little kissing boy and girl, and I thought they were so cute. I love the little kissing people, and sometimes you can get like kissing bears and I don't know, different things. Angels a lot of times. And yeah, I am almost positive that this is chalkware. The more I look at it, the more convinced I am that it's chalkware, which is also really cool because that's an old thing. There's no tags or anything on the bottom, but if you look at it really close, and I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera, but it looks like chalkware. And I paid $5 for these little guys. The next item is the first thing I put in my cart, and it's kind of a utilitarian purpose or piece. I'm going to mainly use it for decoration, but if I needed to use it, I could. It's a little single serving percolator coffee pot, and it's got all of the innards that you need to make coffee. You can make tea in it, but my parents had a percolator coffee pot. It was a bigger one when I was growing up, and when I saw this, I'm like, oh, that is so cute. I really like it, and it's another thing like to add metal into my displays, and I paid $6 for it. The next item is this little mini pitcher. You know how I've said before, I love little miniature things, and I love this little mini pitcher. It was so cute and yellow with the little gold and the little floral on it, and it was only $3.50, and I just thought it was super cute. I have one item left to show you. Well, first I'll show you this. Olivia found another Harry Potter, and it was also $1, so she paid $1 for that. I don't know if that's all of the movies or not, but she's got 3 of them now anyway. Now, the last item. Olivia and I, I'm not going to say we were fighting over it. We both wanted this item really bad. And I may give in and let her have them. I haven't decided yet. But it was a set of books for $6. And the reason I wanted them is because I'm always looking for small books for risers and to add to vignettes. She wanted these books because of the title and because she loves old books. And let me get the cording off of here. They had it wrapped in that. I'm not going to keep it wrapped in that. The first title is Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And I'm not sure what is the year on this. Let me find the year. Copyright date. Oh, this old book smell is making me cough. Oh, it's got more than one book. It's got 4 different books in there. A Christmas Carol, The Wreck of the Golden Mary, Richard Doubledick, and The Cricket on the Hearth. They're all stories by Charles Dickens. They're all in this book. And I'm not seeing copyright date. It says on the inside, there's a writing on the inside, and it says Ethel L. Davis, Plymouth, Indiana. Plymouth PHS, which is, I believe, means Plymouth High School. And I think it was 1918 because it's got the 18. And I'm sure it wasn't 2018. And let's see. Where is the copyright on this? Did they ever do books and not put copyright dates in them? Oh, here we go. Copyright 1906. So this was a school book because it says introduction and then suggestions for study and then text and then a place to take notes. So this was a school book. Cool. And then on the back cover, written in pencil, with some notes that this Ethel person took. The book is filthy. It needs to be cleaned. But that's really cool. But the other book was the one that she was like drooling over. Apparently, Treasure Island is her favorite story, her favorite book. And this is Stevenson's Treasure Island. The inside cover has the name John Jacoby written in it. So that's who owned the book. Oh, and this book is filthy too. Eek. Let me see if I can find the copyright date on it. They definitely need to be cleaned very much. 1905. So one's 1906, this one's 1905. This one has a bit more damage. The cover is coming apart on the back, and it does have some writing in pencil again, like some notes in the back, but I can't read it because it's so faded. But anyway, I wanted these books just to sit on a shelf. She wants them to sit on a shelf in her room amongst her collection of old books. So I told her if she could, wanted to trade me one of her other books for this Treasure Island, if she had one this similar size, that I might consider doing that. I don't know, because I really like these books for a totally different reason that she likes them. But anyway, all right, friends, this video has gone on long enough. I will not be able to share with you how I've styled these pieces in this video, but that will either be part of my vlog this week, or it might be a completely separate video. I might do that. I might do it as a completely separate video for next Wednesday, how I styled these pieces. So be looking for that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know which is your favorite item. 3 questions. Which is your favorite item? What would you put in this? It's going to be sitting on my kitchen table. Keep that in mind. Could either, like I said, could be either practical or decorative. Let me know what you would put in it. And number 3, let me know if you think I should give this book to Olivia. Just let me know. I probably will, but let me know what you would do. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.